Well, I mean, I think
Oh,
another thing about this was he said that he texted her 3 days later. Now,
3 days later.
I've heard from women that if you don't text back the same night, or if you're not constantly like keeping up in terms of text formatting, they lose interest.
3 days is wild. Okay. And and I'll say this from the initial interaction, not what I can say is I know that sometimes women will be like, hey, we want that attention, but it depends on how that connection started. If we
Hmm.
want that connection, if we want that, if we want that, just constant attention. So if it started out where he was overly attentive to her, then he dropped it and was like, boom, 3 days, she may look at it like he's, dealing with somebody else or he's playing games or he's not really interested. And then just kind of look at it like, what is he doing? She ain't said nothing to me in 3 days. I thought the nigga was dead or whatever. Whereas he texts back too quick and we're not interested like that, then it's like, ugh, bro, okay. Even if he ain't broke, even if he spent the money, even if whatever, sometimes us women, we make the judgment calls way too soon in the game and it, plays out differently than we intend for it to play out. But 3 days after a date that went really well, I would say the next day would be more appropriate because it's like, okay, later on that day, maybe just a quick text like, hey, I really enjoyed hanging out with you at that whatever party. We should do coffee or we should do something a little lighter so we can actually talk to one another. I like your
That
energy, da 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 da.
that was my point.